In a time where visibility has become a form of currency, where people relentlessly pursue likes, followers, praise, and recognition, choosing to remain unnoticed can feel like disappearing. Yet the Buddha offered a timeless reminder. Just as a mountain remains unmoved by thunder and rain, a wise mind is untouched by praise or blame. Today, we reflect on a truth that rarely receives attention: the quiet strength of humility. True wisdom does not shout. It does not compete for the spotlight. It rests calmly within, powerful and complete. Modern society often defines success by how many eyes are watching. From social platforms to public achievements, there is a constant pressure to display progress, announce victories, and prove our worth. But through a Buddhist lens, this hunger for attention is rooted in ego, the attachment to image, identity, and validation. We want to be admired because deep down we fear being invisible. Without approval, we worry we may not matter. This fear drives us to perform rather than simply live. Consider how often achievements are shared not for personal fulfillment, but for reaction. The happiness does not come from the accomplishment itself, but from the response it receives. And when that response fades, so does the joy. This cycle creates dependence, not peace. It ties our sense of worth to something unstable and fleeting. The Buddha taught a different way, one of simplicity, inner discipline, and silent depth. He did not seek status or recognition. His wisdom was not proclaimed loudly. It was revealed through presence, compassion, and stillness. Keeping a low profile does not mean diminishing your abilities or hiding your light. It means freeing yourself from the need for external approval. When you grow quietly, your energy is no longer scattered by opinions. You gain clarity because you are not constantly reacting. You gain freedom because you no longer need to prove anything. And you gain depth because your focus turns inward, where real transformation happens. There is an old story of a monk who quietly cleaned the monastery grounds every morning before dawn. He never spoke of his practice, never sought acknowledgement. Over time, others noticed that his silence carried wisdom, his calm carried strength. Without teaching a single sermon, his presence became a lesson. This is the power of humility: impact without noise, influence without force. In today's world, humility is often mistaken for weakness or lack of confidence. But in Buddhism, humility is born from deep understanding. It comes from knowing your strengths and limitations, recognizing impermanence, and no longer needing to impress. The ego craves attention because it is fragile and insecure. Humility, on the other hand, is stable. A humble person remains balanced, unshaken by compliments, unbroken by criticism. Like bamboo, they bend with the wind but do not collapse. There is nothing wrong with being noticed, but when the desire to be seen becomes a need, life turns into a performance. We begin measuring ourselves through numbers, applause, and comparisons. This attachment creates anxiety, envy, and fear of being forgotten. Buddhism calls this clinging, and clinging in any form leads to suffering. The more we rely on others to define our worth, the more power we surrender. Walking the quiet path begins with small choices, speaking with intention rather than excess, doing good without seeking credit, pausing often to ask whether our actions come from sincerity or ego, celebrating others without comparison, staying grounded in the truth that everything is temporary, attention included. When we release the urge to be seen, we gain the freedom to simply be. In a noisy world, it is the quiet soul that carries depth. Still water reflects the moon more clearly than restless waves. The Buddha did not raise his voice, yet his wisdom continues to resonate through centuries, not because it demanded attention, but because it carried truth. So reflect deeply. Do you wish to be constantly noticed, or do you wish to be truly free?